twisted minds unique.
Attention, boils and ghouls, it's time for Slash Sisters Creature Feature Show! And I'm your co-host, Slash Sister Jen Steen. And I am the other co-host, Slash Sister Hattie Stein. And we will be with you until the end.
Hope you like what you see!
Hey, all you Slashaholics, welcome to Slash Sisters. I am Slash Sister Jen.
And that makes me Slash Sister Holly, and we want to welcome you back to your favorite channel for horror movie reviews by true horror movie fans.
That's right. And, if it's your first time here, make sure you slash that subscribe button because, you don't want to miss out on any of this weird whatever the fuck we're doing. There, yeah. I had a little maniacal laugh in the end there, too.
Yeah, you did.
Anyways, it is finally time for us to bring one of the more controversial, understandably so, I guess, horror movie directors out there onto our channel.
For whatever reason, people either love this man or absolutely despise everything he has ever created. Unless it's music.
And sometimes it's very specific to only one specific band. Mm-hmm. And nothing else that he's done since. Mm-hmm. Anyways, so for me, I am in the love him side of things. I always have. I love the ugly, intentionally cringy, gross, gory, sexy nightmares that he creates to be the perfect escape for my perverted little mind.
I mean, your mind really is perverted.
It is. There's something wrong up there.
Just tell the people who you're drilling over this time.
Rob motherfucking Zombie, y'all! Ooh!
Almost 3 years and we have yet to have a single film of his on the channel. How? Because we just haven't gotten down that far.
We really haven't gotten there.
There are literally thousands of horror films.
I know. And we're finally here. We even skipped over him when we did Halloween. I'm sorry, Rob. We didn't mean to. We just didn't. We needed to save your directorial debut for our first review on our channel.
Yeah, but this is plagued. I mean, this whole production was plagued.
It sure was. There is no doubt about it. I don't know that I put anything in the script about it, so we could kind of talk about it right now. Essentially what happened...
This film was released in 2003, but it was done in wrapped production in 2000. Mm-hmm. 3 years it sat before anybody would pick it up and distribute it. 3 years.
Almost every production house said it was too gross, too over the top, it was too Rob Zombie. Or what we know now as this is like his blueprint.
Well, so his goal, and I think he even said something along the lines of this, is he had a vision of doing a Texas Chainsaw Massacre-esque film, which very much is in that vein.
Oh,
but it's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the next generation on acid.
Yeah. So, and the story kind of goes that like he was hanging out around Paramount. Mm-hmm. They had asked him to do like a part of the lot for their horror nights, and while he was doing all this, he like was in somebody's office. I can't remember whose office it was, but he was in this office and he's like, hey, I got an idea for a movie. And he's like, it's called House of a Thousand Corpses. He had no idea. He had a general idea of what he would want the movie to be about. Obviously, like, he wanted it to be a very big homage to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Mm-hmm. But he didn't really have an idea, and the producer was like, all right, let's do it. And basically, he was given a green light.
Yeah,
and then when Paramount saw it, they were like, oh no, we can't make this. We can't put this out. So yeah, it sat in production hell for 3 years. And eventually...
it had wrapped production, but Universal eventually acquired the rights, and before the film even came out in theaters, they actually had a Universal, I think it was like Horror Nights or whatever, that they put on every year during Halloween. they had something that was based off this before the film even hit theaters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Universal didn't even, it wasn't even the ones that released it, wasn't it Lionsgate?
No. Well, Lionsgate...
Is Lionsgate part of Universal?
Yeah,
Okay,
I think so, because it's definitely...
Or was at the time. Yeah, because the house that they use it is still on the Universal backlot.
Right.
So...
yeah, Lionsgate was...
Because it was the same house that they used for Best Little Horror House in Texas.
Yes. Yes, it was.
And the house is still there on the backlot. So, anyways, obviously, we're talking about House of a Thousand Corpses. Rob Zombie. Let's jump into this shit. Yeah? It's late in the evening on October 30th, 1977, at Captain Spaulding's Museum of Monsters and Madmen, plus fried chicken and gasoline.
Howdy, folks. Like blood, violence, freaks of nature? Well, then come on down to Captain Spaulding's Museum of Monsters and Madmen. Yeah, see the alligator boy. Ride my famous murder ride. Most of all, don't forget to take home some of my tasty fried chicken.
Yeah. So, make sure you get that fried chicken from a deranged clown.
Yeah.
As Captain Spaulding cleans up for the day and visits with Stucky, the little weirdo, two guys in masks burst in the station and attempt to rob them at gunpoint.
Yeah, there's lots of inappropriate conversation that we can't really talk about on YouTube, so we kind of got to skirt over. There's going to be a lot of skirting over things. But if you've seen this and you're watching our review, you know why we're skirting over things, because YouTube doesn't like us to talk about certain things.
It's not that YouTube doesn't like us to talk about it. They don't
YouTube
like
doesn't like
anybody
anyone to talk about
stuff like
certain
that.
things. Yes, so we will skirt over some things, just so you know. But you know what we're talking about. We'll make references.
Once he got caught, with a Planet of the Apes doll stuck up his asshole.
God damn!
Anyways, Spaulding is completely unfazed at the gun being pointed in his face and taunts him while he counts back from 10.
By the way, I feel that it's appropriate to point out, in case you don't know, Captain Spaulding's played by the incredibly late, great Sid Haig.
You miserable motherfucker. I ought to jump over this counter and bash your fucking balls in.
What a wonderful man he was. Go back into his catalog, watch his old movies. Like, he was an incredible actor. People didn't even know who he was, really, like, in the mainstream until this.
Yeah,
so,
and he'd been acting since the 60s, mind you.
Yeah.
So 40 years.
Yeah, and, like, he had done a lot of horror and was very passionate about the horror business.
Well,
Spider Baby?
Spider Baby.
Yeah.
He was also in, believe it or not, George Lucas's first production, THX 138, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, him and Donald Pleasance were both in that.
Yeah, seriously, go back into his back catalog. There's some great stuff in there.
Right.
1. Fuck your mama! 2. Fuck your sister!
Meanwhile, Stucky figures out the other guy is a neighborhood guy called Little Dick Wick.
Little Dick Wick! Little Dick Wick! We can't...
Stop fucking calling me that!
In a flash of Rob Zombie style, the laughing clown from outside, which I assumed, at least the first time I watched it, was a statue, comes walking into the station and smashes one of the robbers in the head, and then Captain Spaulding shoots the other.
Most of all, fuck you!
Multiple times. In the face.
And most of all, fuck you! That's probably my favorite line.
Fuck your mama. Fuck your sister. Fuck your girlfriend.
Fuck your daddy! And most of all, fuck you! I can't do a very good impression of Captain Spaulding, but God, do I love him.
We then cut to a car full of young folks on a road trip, including Jerry, played by Rainn Wilson.
Oh,
no.
did I flip it?
Yeah.
Okay, Jerry is Chris
Billy.
Hardwick. Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry is played by Chris Hardwick. Billy is played by Rainn Wilson. And
Yes.
this is what he was wearing.
Literally.
Well,
what he was
not the
wearing.
same clothes.
No.
I'm not that skinny.
That would be really cool if you had his clothes, though.
No. Not after the shit that they put those wardrobes through.
Especially him.
Yeah, right. And Bill...
Sorry, Bill is
Wilson.
played by Rainn Wilson, and
Jerry
is played by Chris Hardwick.
as well as their
who-
girlfriends, Mary and Denise.
Yeah, who are, like, I don't know if they've ever been in anything other than this. If they have, it's been very small.
I mean, out of everybody that was in this cast that went on to do something, Chris Hardwick and Rainn Wilson are about the only two that went on to do something besides Sid Haig. Sid Haig had a pretty good career after this, specifically in the horror genre, obviously. But, I mean,
Bill
Moseley was already known at the time, though.
Yes, true. Very true.
So,
and had been in the horror business for a long time.
Yes.
As well.
Yes, he had. But, like, Sherry Moon Zombie, the guy that played the father figure or whatever, the woman that played
Actually, the one that played Grandpa Hugo
he
died before the movie even came out.
Yeah, because it languished in the backlogs.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes. So they are almost out of gas, of course, because Jerry put in, 73 cents or something? But they're in luck, because they see a sign for Captain Spaulding's Museum of Monsters and Madmen.
The group is on a road trip across the country, writing about roadside attractions, and didn't they just stumble upon one of the greatest roadside attractions yet?
I mean, I think so. It's got a fucking murder ride, okay?
I mean, 2 words.
Dr. Satan! Dr. Satan! Captain Spaulding tells them about the legend of Dr. Satan while taking them on this pleasant murder ride, which features everyone from... Gosh, who's in there? I mean, Ed Gein. I'm trying to think who else is in there. Gosh, there's so many. There was Lizzie Borden was in there with her. With her axe. Yeah, it was just obviously really silly and
cheesy.
Yeah, and
very cheesy.
The big clown guy from the beginning is pushing the cart.
Right.
It's not actually a ride. They're just pushing a cart.
Right.
It's very cheesy roadside attraction. But
while on the murder ride, Captain Spaulding tells them about the local legend of
Dr. Satan.
After the murder ride, the guys decide that they want to go and see the tree where Dr. Satan was hanged.
Jerry specifically.
Yeah.
He was
we got
adamant.
We got to.
Right.
So Spaulding draws them a map and points them in the right direction.
Dr. Satan!
As they take off in search of said tree, they pick up a young, free-spirited hitchhiker named Baby, who claims to live only a few miles away. Where have we seen this before?
Picking up a hitchhiker? It's like it's almost too much of an homage, but I love it. I can't help it. Baby is played by none other than the insane Sherry Moon Zombie. She was only Sherry Moon at this point. Yes,
she was not married to him.
Yeah. But yes, she was only then his girlfriend, now his wife, and literally the star of every single movie he's ever made.
She's actually only ever been in one other production that was not a Rob Zombie film, and I believe it was Toolbox Murders, done by Tobe Hooper.
Yeah. Wow.
He convinced her to do it, and because Rob Zombie was such a fan of Tobe Hooper, she obliged him. But but that was the only other time that she was ever in a production that was not directly tied to Rob Zombie. Because she never wanted to be an actress. Yeah, and I don't understand it.
Yeah, but if you're a man saying, "Baby, I need you in front of that camera,"
but I don't,
and you look like her,
I don't understand it though, because she actually is a decent actress, and she's
fantastic.
She's been approached by numerous other people to play and stuff. Kevin Smith asked her to play in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Oh, that would have been fun.
She was supposed to be one of the trios.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. Anyway.
Good on her. Anyways.
Shortly after, a mysterious figure appears hidden in some overgrowth. Where have we seen this before? And shoots out the vehicle's tire with a shotgun. Yeah, this is sounding too much like Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah, and maybe just a little bit of the Hills Have Eyes. Throw a little Hills Have Eyes in there too. The group thinks it's just a blown out tire, and Baby's like, no big deal. My brother can fix you guys right up. He's got a tow truck. We're just right up the road.
Yeah, where have we
I
seen
can't
this
do
before?
her voice. I can't do her voice.
She's so high pitched.
I wish I could laugh like her. No, I don't. Because it's obnoxious. But
think female version of SpongeBob. That's basically what it is. It's basically a female version of SpongeBob.
I have a very low. I mean, we both have very low voices for women. There's no way I could even possibly try to do a baby voice, but I just love her. She's so damn cute. Anyway, so she takes takes Bill to go and go back to her house to retrieve her brother.
Mm-hmm. Before they get to the house, we get to meet my favorite. I think it's her favorite.
I wrote this. I'm sorry. He's my favorite. My favorite. He's my favorite character in the movie.
He's definitely the most interesting.
Yes. Oh man, he's fucking gross, is what he is.
And honestly, he's like the glue that keeps the entire Firefly series together.
Yeah.
But it's Otis B. Driftwood,
played by Bill Moseley. Ugh.
Oh wait.
We do need to have that out. Yes. This is a drawing that was done by our friend Nicole.
Nicole Garcia,
Mm-hmm.
Living Dead Girl Art. I think it's
Living Dead Girl Nicole.
that.
Yes.
Sorry,
And
Nicole.
artwork by livingdeadgirlnicole.com. Anyways, she sent this down for us from Chicago.
So, I know we've had this on the channel before when we did Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. She actually reached out to us afterwards.
Did she?
Promoted that video with her art in it, but she actually told me that the original, the hand-drawn print that she did, she gave to Bill Moseley.
Bill
So
has a copy. He has
As the original.
Anyways, so we love this. We're going to set this right back here.
Set it right in front of that.
Right
that
in front of
coffin.
that. Yeah, there we go. You can be right in the middle of us. Can you see
Booyah.
him? No? Oh, well. That's not here. Good.
It's the lights, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I know, it's the lights. It's okay. Maybe I can angle him a little better.
I think the coffin lights, whatever.
Okay. Anyways. So, Otis is busy pontificating.
An escapist from a conformist world destined to find happiness only in that which cannot be explained.
Spouting off about chaos.
Three-syllable word, my God.
I said pontificating.
It's fine. I can't count.
I used a big word and she couldn't even count the syllables. Anyways, he's just spouting about chaos and God knows what else, but his captive audience is a group of kidnapped cheerleaders.
Yeah, that have been
That he's
missing
got
for several days.
Tied up, and some of them might be dead already.
I think
I'm not
some of
really
them are
sure.
dead. Moments later, Baby's half-brother, Rufus...
RJ, either way.
Right.
Rufus Jr.
Right. Picks up the stranded passengers and takes them to the family home.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Baby's heavily flirting with Bill and giving him hot cocoa and marshmallows.
Yeah,
Lots of
like
extra
taking
marshmallows.
his glasses off and everything.
Yeah, cleaning his glasses. Oh, yeah.
Ain't the only thing tasty in this house.
Yeah, like practically sitting on top of them.
No, she was...
Yeah. So there, they get to meet the rest of the Firefly family. Her adopted brother, Otis Driftwood, as we mentioned before. Her deformed, gigantic half-brother, Tiny.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Tiny.
Tiny, fuck to stop! Tiny who?
Tiny fuck to stop!
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Fish boy.
Fish boy who?
Tiny fuck to stop.
Tiny fuck to stop! Tiny fuck to stop! I still can't hear her voice.
No, I can't.
There's no way. That's as high as I can get. I have the lowest register. I can't get it.
I think
Now,
it's...
Olive, on the other hand, could probably pull it off.
Well,
My daughter
I mean,
has the most high-pitched, obnoxious...
Your daughter also hasn't hit puberty yet, either.
Oh, yes, she has.
Not fully.
Anyways, so they also meet Mother Firefly and Grandpa Hugo. Oh my. Mother Firefly, played by Karen Black, who also long history in the horror field. Yeah, it's just like he just picked a bunch of people who had been doing horror for a really long time.
Well,
but
I
did
mean-
not have a big name yet.
So
And-
if you look back at like what his influences were, I mean, he loved like those B-rated horror films from the 50s and 60s.
And he's like also a massive Universal Monster fan, like, big time. You could, I mean, there's at one point, I think it's Bill is like sitting next to, or no, I think it's Sherry, is being tortured next to like a gigantic poster of the creature from Black Lagoon.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like the influences are everywhere.
Oh yeah, 100%. While being treated to dinner, yes, they actually fed them. And it wasn't like in Texas Chainsaw where it was like they were trying to eat them.
Food.
Yeah, they had real food.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a direct homage to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre scene. Mother Firefly explains that her ex-husband, Earl, had previously tried to burn Tiny alive along with the Firefly house after he suffered a psychotic breakdown.
Isn't it funny how every time we're talking about the Fireflies, we start to get some kind of little bit of a drawl? Especially Mama Firefly. She's got a very distinct drawl.
I have a slight drawl anyway because my father was born and raised in the city.
Right,
So
right.
I picked that up from him.
And you also like grew up out in the boonies too. You didn't like grow up in the city like me.
I wouldn't call Peoria a city, but okay.
It's a bigger city than where you grew up.
Whatever.
And you guys called it the city, did you not?
It was the closest, biggest city that we lived next to.
Yeah, exactly. After dinner,
It's showtime!
the family puts on a Halloween show for their guests. Starting out with Grandpa Hugo, who is just screaming, and there's like and talking about lots of other stuff.
Kitty cats.
Kitty cats.
Yeah.
Kitty cats.
Kitty cats.
That's what we're going to call it, because what I have in the script would definitely have to be bleeped out.
The main event is a painted up baby doing a Betty Boop impression.
I wanna be loved by you, just you, nobody else but you.
Not a very good one. Baby offends Mary by flirting with Bill after that, Mary threatens Baby and pushes her to the ground.
I'll fucking cut your tits off.
Rufus tells them their car is repaired.
Yeah, right after she threatens to cut off her tits. Baby's like, get over here, I'm gonna cut off your tits. I still, I can't even try to do her voice.
Just stop.
I'm trying. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Anyways, as the couples leave in their car, Otis and Tiny, disguised as scarecrows, attack them in the driveway and take them back to the Firefly house for a little more fun.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily fun what happens next.
It's fun for the Fireflies.
The next morning, when the group hasn't showed up, Denise's dad, who they actually did talk to earlier.
Yeah, they called him from Spalding's.
Right, and said that they would be there shortly, so he knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
But he calls the cops, or calls a local friend to see if he knows anything about Captain Spaulding, which triggers the local sheriff to send 2 deputies out for a look. One of the deputies is played by Walton Goggins, and I absolutely love him in everything that he's in.
I know. I don't think that man ages.
Oh no, he does.
He does, but he's just... Maybe it's that he ages like fine wine.
I mean,
I don't know.
So does Paul Rudd.
Stupid ass kids probably got themselves turning around ass backwards and got theyself lost.
We've talked about that on this channel before.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into Paul Rudd, okay? We're not going there again. Anyways. Excuse me. Got me all worked up.
Yeah, clearly.
Deputies George Wydell and Steve Nash find the couple's abandoned car in a field with, in the trunk, a dead, mutilated cheerleader.
Why in the ever-loving fuck did they allow that car to be found? It's like they were begging for the law to come down on them.
Yeah.
And by golly, the law does come down on them in the next film.
Yeah. It gets retconned. Anyways, we'll get to that.
Denise's father, Don, a former policeman, is called to the scene to help the deputies search. I don't give a fuck how much of a former police officer you are. You're not going on something like that.
Not when they found a dead body
Nope.
in your kid's car.
Yeah. Nope.
No.
Mm-mm.
They would tell you to sit this one out, bud.
Mm-hmm.
The next morning, Mary wakes up, tied up in Otis's room, begging to know, where's Bill? Where's Bill, Hallie?
Listen, you Malibu middle-class Barbie piece of shit. I'm trying to work here. Work? You ever work?
Otis reveals his new art project. He had finally found the inspiration in Bill and had created Fish Boy!
Fish Boy!
I called him Mermaid Boy in the last video. I forgot that it was Fish Boy. But I
God.
still remember that he got turned into a fish, so.
Yeah.
Or half of him.
Yeah. We then see Denise, who is tied to a bed and dressed up as a doll for Halloween. But, you know, at least Tiny's there to, like, take care of her and bring her cereal and stuff.
Yeah, right before Otis rudely throws her in a cage because Tiny fucking untied her.
Yeah, but, like, who were all those people in that cage? Like, they all just, like, jump on her and then, like, cut to next scene. There's a lot of that in this movie, and I don't care.
I think it's honestly because Rob Zombie didn't fucking know.
Rob Zombie didn't know. Also, they, like, lost a lot of funding, and there's a lot of, like, the in-between, like, really grainy stuff that they filmed in his basement as filler because he had no way to segue things.
Yeah, so he took I think it was a 16...
It was a hard editing process.
I think it was a 16 millimeter, like, camera, like, film, because this is before digital age, and shot a lot of...
they were filming this in, like, 98, 99. You know, they wrapped in 2000. So, I mean, maybe
99 to 2000.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they were shooting those segue scenes, which are very out of place, which is why I say this film's on
There's
acid.
some real weird, random ones, too.
Right, intercut between, like you said, the Universal movie monsters. We see, I think, Wolfman, and I think Creature, too. Like, at certain points, intercut between some of that stuff.
Yeah. I feel like this movie is just, like, what is inside of Rob Zombie's brain.
Yeah.
And that's fucked up. Anyways, we then see, so Denise gets thrown into the cage.
Where
but we see Jerry.
Hey, Poopy Pants! What's new?
Who is playing a game with Baby, or maybe rather the other way around. Baby's playing a game with Jerry.
When he guesses Baby's favorite movie star wrong, she starts to cut off his hair and feed it to him.
You ever eaten hair? I have by accident, accidentally inhaled hair when I was cutting my kids' hair.
Never like
Not
that.
fun.
Just strands here and there.
Well, of course.
Like the random strand.
I shed.
Right.
You shed.
Yeah.
She finds pieces of hair on my shoulders.
This is what happens when you have bright, colorful hair and wear dark clothes.
Yeah.
But yeah, she begins to laugh as she proceeds to scalp him. Literally peeling his
Yeah.
She doesn't get all the way to his face though.
No.
Yeah.
Jerry then ends up tied to a wall where Otis then uses him for target practice.
Throwing knives, I
Poor
believe.
guy. Yeah.
You don't have to go to hell. You're in hell. This is hell. This is hell. This is hell.
Dawn and the two deputies arrive at the Firefly house, and Wydell questions Mother Firefly about the missing teens.
Yep, she just lets him right on in her
Well,
house.
no, she tried to stop him multiple times. She tried shutting the door about 4 different times.
Yeah. In a slow motion shot that seems to last forever, Mother Firefly shoots Wydell in the neck and kills him.
Dawn and Steve find more bodies of the missing cheerleaders in the barn, along with a barely conscious Mary.
Who's strung up with animal parts around her and
again,
antlers.
Texas
Chainsaw Massacre, yep. Dawn, who runs away. Okay, I'm sorry. I've got issues with this part because Dawn is a former sheriff, supposedly. He sees a girl who is still alive and runs away. The fuck's wrong with that guy?
A lot.
Anyways, he's quickly shot in the back and he just dies in a puddle of water.
Yep.
And then Deputy Nash drops to his knees and
he was
awaits
forcibly.
his fate.
Otis told him down on his fucking knees.
Yeah. And he awaits.
Yeah, I think the whole shot was 27 seconds long.
Yeah.
It takes forever for Otis just to finally pop him in the face.
And it's just silence. Because the song ends, and then it's silence, and then
slow motion.
More silence. And then finally, you hear the sound of the weapon.
You hear the sound, the weapon discharges, and you just see a puff of smoke on the dirt behind him, which is a squib, and he drops.
Yeah.
No blood splatter or anything like that.
Nope. Yeah.
Later that night, Baby and RJ load up on booze for the Halloween party. I think it was $185 worth.
Yeah. What's the name of the place?
Yeah, we like to get fucked up and do fucked up shit.
Oh, damn it.
It's not the name of the place.
The name of the liquor store. It's like something liquor, some liquor inn or liquor something.
Hang on. It's Kitty Cat Liquors.
That's it. Yeah.
It's Kitty Cat Liquors.
Yeah. Anyways, meanwhile, back.
Oh yeah, our camera woman just got what we were saying. Actually, there's a song by Rob Zombie that's called that.
Oh, well that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Otis is preparing his costume for the night by skinning Denise's father, Don.
Yeah, peels his face right off. And chest too, I think. Everyone gets dressed up for the party, including Jerry, Mary, and Denise. They get to be bunny rabbits. Because humans ain't nothing but nothing.
Nope. Otis then comes down the stairs to taunt Denise. I'm the one who brings the Christmas.
I'm the one who brings the Christmas candy. Now tell me, who's your daddy?
Presents.
Yeah.
He's like dressed as
Daddy!
Santa. Daddy's here, yeah. And she like freaks the fuck out. Like, I mean, I guess I would freak the fuck out too if somebody came down wearing my dad.
Well, I think they may have been drugged at this point.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah.
So she may have been a little delirious, seeing her father's face. She may have actually thought it was her father, and then he pulls the...
Yeah.
It's all true. The boogeyman is real, and you found him.
Which, by the way, you can hear the latex.
Uh-huh.
Everyone is laid out to an abandoned well. Mary attempts to run away, but is tracked down and stabbed to death by Baby moments later.
Yeah, like really stabbed. Like
Run, rabbit, run!
Run, rabbit, run!
Y'all run like scared little rabbits. Run, rabbit, run!
Run, rabbit!
Run, rabbit, run!
Meanwhile, Jerry and Denise are then placed inside of a coffin and lowered into the well, where a group of Dr. Satan's failed experiments. Mud people. I don't know what these things are.
I don't know. The dude in the mask, the gas mask, is.
Yeah.
I don't even think they ever gave him a name.
I think this is just like Rob Zombie being like, yeah, let's put mud people down there and like it's gonna be great, you know.
Denise is left to find her way through an underground lair. Where have we seen an underground lair before? As she wanders through tunnels filled with mutilated corpses.
Yeah. Wonder if that's where we got the name of this movie. Anyways, there in the depths of hell itself, she encounters Texas Satan! And a number of his patients. Other people that were kidnapped and Dr. Satan experimented on.
We're guessing at this point. Jerry is on the slab. Being
see what's on the slab. I see you.
Being operated on by Dr. Satan, literally just being cut to pieces as he stands by and screams in terror.
Yeah. Dr. Satan then orders his mutated, gargantuan assistant, who turns out to be Mother Firefly's ex-husband, Earl, and orders him to capture Denise.
Denise outwits him and escapes by crawling to the surface as Earl is crushed by falling debris in the collapsing tunnel. They actually almost killed the actress.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, I remember hearing that.
When that actor playing Earl
Yeah.
is swinging the axe, it was a real axe, mind you.
Yeah.
And everybody was under the assumption that she'd get out of the way in time, but she barely got out of the way. So yeah, that could have been a
how
lawsuit.
really bad accidents happen.
Yeah, OSHA was not involved in this production at all.
Yeah. She makes her way to the main road. She does escape out of the tunnel. She makes her way out to the main road, like beaten, battered. dressed as a bunny.
She was wearing a baby doll
I guess she was
outfit.
wearing the baby doll outfit by that point. Yeah, she got out of because that must have been under the bunny costume.
I don't know. I don't think she was ever. I think it was just Jerry that was in the bunny.
I think all three of them were dressed up as bunnies when they first take them out to the
whatever.
Anyways, she makes her way out to the main road where Captain Spaulding, of all people, pulls up on her and offers her a ride.
He doesn't actually offer her a ride. She just climbs in willingly.
Yeah.
Not even noticing that Otis was laying down in the back seat and appears, and we have this like slow, it's not even a slow, it's just like a abrupt cut, zoom in, abrupt cut, zoom in, abrupt cut, zoom in, and
very Rob Zombie style.
And then cuts to black.
Yeah.
So it's very ambiguous as to what happens with that, kind of.
Yeah. Denise does later wake up to find herself strapped to the operating table, surrounded by Dr. Satan and Earl, who actually did survive that cave-in.
The movie ends with Denise screaming in horror and the words, "The end?" displayed before the end credits roll.
And that is where we leave the Firefly family for now, because I know it's our year to get through all these franchises, but this is a pretty small one, and it's okay for us to start a new one. And we needed Rob Zombie on our channel. But yeah, we will definitely dive into the Devil's Rejects soon.
Yeah, they nicknamed that one the House of 1,000 Squibs because of the police shootout at the beginning of that.
Makes sense. Yeah. So what are your thoughts, Hallie, on House of 1,000 Corpses?
You know what? I enjoy Rob Zombie for the most part. I loved Devil's Rejects. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. The Monsters was fun.
I loved The Monsters, and people trashed it so much, but I think that's just because I'm a Rob Zombie fangirl. I can't help it.
But this one's a bloody machete down for me.
Really?
Yes. This one was just so fucking dumb, so stupid, no plots. It's just, it's like carnage candy. That's all it is. It's carnage candy. Yeah. There's no filler. There needs to be a little bit of a filler.
Why?
Because
gore. What do you need filler for?
Gore alone cannot carry a film.
See? And this is why I love Terrifier. She doesn't like Terrifier. We're starting to see this where our line is at. Apparently, I'm sick and fucking twisted and messed up, y'all.
Welcome, we all are.
To my life.
Yeah, no, this is a bloody machete down for me.
Well, it's a straight up bloody machete up for me. This is honestly, it's my favorite Rob Zombie movie. The very first time that I saw it, I wanted to watch it a billion more times. Even being I think maybe because Texas Chainsaw Massacre is one of my favorite movies ever. I liked that there was so much homage to it, and nobody got away. And I think that's why I loved it. The first time I watched it, it was like, okay, so she made it to the road. You know, it's very Texas Chainsaw. Oh! And I've been solid loving this movie for
22 years.
Yep, a long time, you guys, and I will never stop loving it. And yeah, bloody machete up.
Down here, and we're gonna send this straight back to the House of 1,000 Corpses and get it on
down. Well, as I just said, we are on this path of finishing franchises, and unfortunately, we are about to hit part of one of these franchises that is a nightmare, but not in a good way.
It's a nightmare, alright.
That's true, because
it's the final nightmare because Freddy's dead, y'all.
Yeah. And really, this is the end of the original franchise.
Really. I mean,
before a New Nightmare and things got interesting after that. But yeah, this is as far as the solid Freddy is the main antagonist. This is the end of that part of the franchise.
Right.
So come back to us next week where we dive into this absolute nonsense and see what we've got to say about it.
Until then, be sure to slash that subscribe button.
And stab the like button.
And ring that grave bell so you don't get lost in the mix. You can stay up to date on everything we are doing on the two of you.
And until next time, we will see you all in the afterlife.